Hello, this is Mike from Deathless Gaming. Tonight we're going to be doing a turret guide for your construction base. Alright, so base turrets. I think they're a little bit, I've noticed definitely some of the cooldowns are a little bit different from the turrets you encounter at a tower. So let's go over the stats of all of the three constructible turrets and go over their advantages, disadvantages, damages, stats, and just hopefully really educate you on how to use these turrets, what situations. There are three types of turrets. So there's the Anti-Infantry, there's the AA turret, and then there's, of course, the AV turret. So those three. And your default is the Anti-Infantry. So we'll be starting with that. So let's go over the stats. Your Anti-Infantry turret has a 9-second overheat. So that means you hold down on the button, it's going fully automatic, 9 seconds it overheats. Now once it max overheats, you have a 6-second cool off before you can start firing it again. Keep in mind, really good piece of advice for when you're firing turrets, just generally fire it and burst this type of turret especially. It helps a lot and you won't be using the max cooldown, so just only fire when you need it basically. Alright, so how much damage does this do? It pretty much kills a planet man. So in 1 second or less, I've noticed. This is like when you're in range within the turret, it just drops soldiers, and it was designed to do that. The devs said they purposefully made it OP, so yeah. Well, now, one thing I don't think people know this, a lot of people rage about it being OP, which is true, but actually once you get past medium range, this thing pretty much sucks. So as long as you stay outside the medium range and the person isn't getting lucky shots at you, then you're pretty much good. But once you hit to medium to close range, it's OP. And usually I wouldn't actually advise, I know I'm in one just showing you guys how this works, but I wouldn't advise actually being in an anti-infantry turret. Since it doesn't have any long-range capabilities whatsoever, what you really should be doing is having it be an AI-operated module. So just put down your AI packet, and the AI will do a much better job of killing the plant mans than you, and trust me, that is really OP. So, just overviewing this turret, you can use it, but don't use it as much. Horrible at long range, better just have an AI and farm the kills. Alright, let's move on to the AA turret. So, stats of that. So, 5-second overheat and 5-second cooldown. So that's really fast and really fast. So it overheats really fast, cools down really fast. That's pretty much this turret. You want to burst it, obviously. And this is kind of like a half AI module half. So a lot of the times, if you just want to protect your base, you can place these around. And if you're not worried about aircraft at range, you use an AI module. And these will be about as OP as the anti-infantry turret on aircraft. However, if the aircraft is like a lib at range and you need to take that lib out because he's just Daltoning your shield until it goes down, your air shield, then you probably might want to step in. So there are certain times when you want a human in this turret, but not as many. So this isn't a completely AI turret, but this isn't a completely plant man turret. It's a bit of a mix, is what I recommend. Alright, so that's stats of it. Kind of works on infantry at really close range, but barely does anything to vehicles other than aircraft. And it does about as much damage as a Skyguard, if not more. You can call me out on the stats in the YouTube comments. Alright, with that said, let's get into the AV turret. This is a really good turret, one of my personal favorites. So it's got a 9-second overheat, and what many people don't know is that, yes, it is fully automatic, so hold down on the button. Remember to hold down on the button. That holding down the button is very key to this turret. So it's got a 9-second overheat, and that gets about 4 to 6 shots. And it has a second cooldown. So basically, what does this all mean? I think personally it really shouldn't be used by AI because vehicles, when they get close to your base, can be sneaky and it doesn't really work as well, in my opinion. If somebody wants to disagree with it, go ahead, but in my opinion, I think it's much better manned by a person, because outside of that AI bubble that triggers it, a lot of the tanks will be sieging your bases and be like shooting you almost at render range sometimes, because that's what they have to do to take out the turrets. So when you're using this AV turret, always have a human in it, in my opinion. A lot of grief is caused, though, because this turret is really good, and if you got a good person in this, you can take out 3, 4, and even 10 tanks without dying, as long as you got enough engineers and stuff. So it's a very deadly turret, but don't steal it from other people. That's not nice, because grief gets caused. So one of the tips I have is hold down on the button. Just use it like an automatic cannon, pretty much, or an automatic Dalton. And it'll pretty much blow up your tank. But make sure you got the crosshairs on it, yada yada yada, and it has great range. And for the damage, the AV turret does about, I think, the same amount of damage as a Dalton. I could be wrong, check me on that, but from what I've seen, it's about as many shots to kill as a Dalton. That's pretty much it, guys. The turrets are always going to be probably your most important thing in the base, besides your Cortonium silo and your VP gen, and your air shield. Sometimes you can be naturally blocked off by walls of, the ceilings and stuff, or just landscape, but really the turrets are what keep the vehicles from just rushing your base, and the infantry. That's important. AI and the infantry turrets work so well. I mean, like, it keeps a lot of infiltrators from trying to get in there. So remember, always use your turrets, use them correctly, and stay classy at Planetside too. If you liked the video, subscribe. That's pretty much all I got on the subject. Mike, Deathless Gaming. Bye, guys.